I'm ready for my next guest when my team is ready. So it's just a parade of my favorite people, Kiera Dent, who makes me sometimes look like I don't have any energy. So we really, can battle each other out. I'm sure Kiera gets the do you sleep? I actually sleep more than people think, Kiera. I don't know why. Kiera, I'm so excited to talk about a number of things with you. Thrilled to be speaking at your summit coming up. But just give our viewers and everyone before a little bit about what you do and what you have coming up with the A-Team.
Yeah, Paul, thank you so much. It's fun. Next time, guys, put me as number one on the guest thing. I'm sitting here shaking, and Paul, I never shake. So I'm super excited to be
talking
here.
Not just talking to friends. Only 1 million people are watching in. It's gone viral while we're here.
I'm I podcast. Paul and I hang out all the time. You're at our summit. I'm coming to. I'm so pumped to come to Super Dentist Boost. Paul, I've been working on a fun activity for when we speak live with you guys. And I definitely have a little prop over here for today that I'm just excited. Cool. I'll bring it to you in person. Awesome. But the Dental A-Team, we just love teams. And our goal is to decrease stress, increase patient experience, and overall, that's going to result in great things. So we physically fly to your practices. We're all custom because I remember I had a lot of options as an office manager, but the hard thing was actually executing. So we are your right hand of your team. We're all about empowering your team to fish, teaching them, connecting with great things like V-Wire and growth and all those different companies. We try really, really hard to share those and give you those outsourced resources while also training your team for you. So we're all things team.
My practice personally, Kiera, we work with you personally, and we have Kieraisms. Jeff will be driving to the office. He'll say, Kiera Dent says, yes, we can. I love that part of what you do. But I just want to pause for a moment. It's so important as practice owners that we invest in what our team does too, how they feel, their morale. I feel a lot of times, and I know I've been, practice owners will have unrealistic expectations of what they expect from their team without giving them the tools to do that. Even if you could just tell me one of your fundamental, I know everyone knows the A-Team, but let's say someone's saying, I want to get involved with the A-Team. Is it a combination of virtual training and in-person training? Break that down for us a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, it's funny, Paul, because I quickly texted Britt before I got on here because your practice is our success story to share. So we do a mixture. You're welcome. We do a mixture of in-person and virtual. We also have a lot of online CE for your team. So making that onboarding process super easy for you when you do bring on new team members. But the biggest piece I will say is just having an accountability partner with you. So I had a doctor yesterday and she knows she needs to post an associate ad. But at the same time, sometimes life is just so busy. So our job is we sit there, I helped her write the ad for her, gave her all the specifics of where to post it, helped her post it. So it's really just doing a lot of the projects for you. And it can be virtual or in person. So our main things are to get your practice systematized. So that way it's running on systems, not on people, to make a better patient experience and to help your team's morale, like you said, boost up. Because honestly, a happy team is one of the biggest assets right now. We're competing for people to stay at our practices and to work with us. And I'm finding the number one people are leaving is because they're just not happy there. So team morale, having a great culture, a great place is a huge piece that we work on, I would say, is probably our number one niche and in doing so, we typically see a decrease in overhead, usually 10 to 20% in their first 30 to 90 days. Increase in revenue in that 10 to 30% as well, and happier teams. So it's really funny. It was funny, Paul, I actually texted Britt because I said, hey, Britt, what specifically did you do when you went to Paul's practice? And she said, in the day and a half that she was there, we busted out assistant onboarding. So they're bringing on new assistants in your practice and they got all that mapped out, planned. They amped up your huddle so they were more productive, more effective. Team meetings were all mapped out of who was doing what. They have accountability conversations of how to hold each other accountable. And this is my favorite part, empowering the leaders to calm Dr. Jeff down. So teaching the team how to work with the doctors. But that's just in a little snippet of what your practice has done, getting your two practices on board with each other. And it's really all customized for every single practice.
I think one of the things, I appreciate you sharing that. I'm going to tell Jeff later, comment that. But what happens is they sometimes feel like that grandmother is cooking Thanksgiving dinner. They feel like that mom that's running around where you say, can't you just come down? Well, this doesn't get done. And you need systems. Systems are for success and survival. I want to share in a poignant way as someone who helps sell practices and find jobs. Systems are there for survival. What would you do tomorrow if your assistant didn't show up? And sometimes they don't show up because they quit. Sometimes they don't show up because they're injured. Sometimes it's worse. we've seen over the past couple of years, so many challenging things happen out of the control of practices, and you have to be ready, just like a fire drill in a school. And they're not fun to talk about. So I think it's a both sides. What success is amazing and you're growing for that, but also as just someone who's a transitions broker, get your practice set up to run on systems, not people, exactly like you said, Kiera, because life happens in fun ways, in effed up ways, to say, ways. And as a leader, you have to be ready. So your team does that. Moving on for a second, Kiera, I'm excited to speak next week at the A-Team Summit. We've been sending out messages. I'm going to talk about associates. Tell the audience a little bit about your summit next week. Can you still get tickets? Can people watch in? Who's going to be speaking? Tell us about that.
Okay, and Paul, I'm so jazzed because this year's theme is optimization. We realize there's the Great Resignation, it's hard to get team members. So how can we actually optimize the minutes in our day and make it to where things are easier? So optimizing your schedule, optimizing hygiene appointments, optimizing treatment planning. And guys, I am the walking epitome of ease and fun. If it's not easy and it's not fun, Kiera Dent's checked out. So every single thing we're going to teach you guys is going to teach you how to optimize your practice in the day-to-day of what you're already doing. Paul, you're coming in to talk about optimizing associates. Louis Chen, who I'm sure a lot of nachos know Louis Chen, he's coming to speak about how he has been able to grow to 12 practices in 2 years and what he personally does to optimize himself and his practices. Got Joshua Scott with Studio 88 talking about how you can optimize yourself as a brand. So you don't have to go out and do a ton on marketing, just sometimes things you do. We also have Ryan Isaac with Dentist Advisors coming in on how you can optimize your finances. So Saturday is a jam-packed day. Next week, Saturday, jam-packed day for doctors and their office managers that they want. It's all things leadership. And Friday is all things team. So bring your team. It's literally the A-Team will be in your practice. You will get these fun swag boxes.
I love when you do that stuff. That's great. You send the best gifts, Kiera. I have all my favorite gifts. I got my notebooks in. You guys are awesome with that.
So I will be hand delivering this to you, Paul, when I see you for Super Dentist Boost. This will be your box. I'll put a few extra fun things in here. But perfect. Paul, you normally write on a whiteboard. So I decided to whiteboard for you.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
If you go to the Dental A-Team, we reduce overhead. This is what our summit's going to be about: reducing your overhead, increasing your revenue, and having happier teams. So go to thedentalatteam.com, code Dental Nachos, and get 50% off your team ticket. And you'll get a swag box. There's candy, there's party blowers, there's notebooks, there's fun things, because we actually, on our virtual summit, similar to you, Paul, and you know how we operate, we don't just sit here and talk to you. We want you to tangibly experience it. So we're going to have you guys build things for your practice. We're giving you time to role play things as a team. Yes, you can get a box. So I'm super excited. Like I said, thedentalatteam.com.
You always do bring the fun to this, but also what this pandemic time has taught us is that learning in your sweatpants is totally cool. So you can do this in your sweatpants. You can do this with your team. I think what you're delivering, and I strive to deliver this to a Super Dentist Business Boost, is learning anytime, anywhere to make your life better, to improve your morale, and really to invest in the people that are so important to you, the people that work with you shoulder to shoulder in your office. And you need people outside of your box to come in and share things like those amazing people you talk about, the Lewises, the Kieras, the Joshuas, the Ryans. And I just think it's just fantastic. So as our last thing, Kiera, you're going to come to Super Dentist Business Boost, which we're so excited. You can put that up on the screen. What are you going to be teaching us? This Super Dentist Business Boost is for someone who's about to buy a practice or someone who's got a practice and be like, I don't know if this thing's going well. You have so much to share, but what are you going to be sharing at Super Dentist Business Boost?
Well, Paul, we always know it's a fun time. This one I'm going to do 3 mistakes that dentists do with their teams and how to fix them. So I was going to do 5, but I whittled it down to the top 3. So often doctors don't realize what they do to their teams and how they can disempower. And right now, that's the number one thing. Your team is what will grow your practice. Having those systems in place. So I'm doing the three things that dentists do to disempower their teams and how you can fix it.
That's so key, especially as leadership. You said this about Jeff. I have a Nacho team, and people who know me, been with me for a while, they know I can be very enthusiastic, a little bit like a tornado. But if you're new to the team, it can be off-putting. So I say, hey, just tell them that Paul's not angry. He's just enthusiastic. And what I think as a leader is hard to do when you walk into your practice or your business is you don't realize the context of everyone there. Maybe someone's been with you for 3.5 years and they know your style, but the person who's been there for 3.5 weeks, you have to remember that they're on your team as well. And I think when you share that with dentists and give them those empowering things, it's just magical in what they do each day. So thanks for that, Kiera. Can't wait to see you soon. We'll see you in Philly. Before how can people reach out to you directly or your website if they'd like to? We have your text codes, but if they're just scrolling by or watching and saying, I want to check out this website, what's the best one?
Well, for sure, go snag your summit ticket. It's one price for your whole team. Head on over to thedentalateam.com. Utilize coupon code DentalNachos. You get 50% off. Awesome. Or if you just want to email us, it's hello@thedentalateam.com. Don't forget the. We're super cool, like the Home Depot, yes, the Dental A Team.
Perfect. Well, awesome, Kiera. Have a great rest of the day. Thanks for being you. Can't wait to see you next week online in Philly in just a couple of weeks. Awesome, guys. So it's such a fun show with 3 amazing people doing amazing things. I'm so lucky to have them as friends and sponsors. If you would like to be on Talking Nachos, just reach out to my awesome team at salsa@dentalnachos.com. If there's any questions you have that the Dental Nachos team can help you with, just reach out to us at dentalnachos.com. Thanks, guys.